Hey creative friends, welcome to my channel and welcome to Canuary 2024. I am so excited about this year. It is going to be awesome and it starts with Canuary. Like that's the best. But what I wanted to do is I've got a short little intro video that I'm doing here for my videos because I want to make sure that all my information is correct and I don't miss anything or leave anything out that's really important. So I've got my notes. So first of all, I want to say thank you to Lisa over at SuttonsDaze for asking me to participate again this year. This is one of my favorite collaborations. I think it sets a great way to start the year. And I do love it because I feel like there's a lot of New Year's resolutions and things going on. And I also think that Canuary is a great jumping off point for people who want to learn to can. So I think it's awesome. So I'm excited about participating in it. Now this is a collaboration that was created by Lisa over at SuttonsDaze a while ago, and we've been doing it and it's just so much fun. So in the description of this video, look down there, there is going to be all of the names and the dates and the links to the channels of the creators that are participating. Now what you need to do is be sure you go over to their videos, and when you watch their videos you need to make sure that you make a comment. So, and not just an emoji or the word hi, you know, that kind of thing, a real conversational comment, because those comments are going to be gathered up, and at the end of January on the 31st at 7 p.m. Eastern time, Lisa is going to do a drawing. Now the drawing is super cool because Lisa has talked to 4Jars, you know, the awesome company that makes amazing 4Jars lids. We really appreciate the fact that they came out with lids when lids were so hard to get. Anyway, so there's going to be 4Jars is providing some of the grand finale prizes as well as Lisa. So let me just tell you, 4Jars has also come out with an awesome pressure canner. So they're going to be donating one of those pressure canners to give out and then there's going to be another drawing for 200 lids, and then there's going to be another drawing for, they've got the cutest little timer. It looks like it's so cute. Anyway, a timer and towels. So there's those prizes from 4Jars. But then Lisa is also going to be giving away one of those amazing canners as well as a steam canner. So you want to be in there for all of those drawings. So you want to make sure you watch all the videos and make sure you leave a good comment, okay? That way on the 31st, you can just sit back and listen to the drum roll and maybe you'll be a winner. So that's super cool. And then the other important thing I want to say is that Canuary is very, very popular. There are a lot of creators out there who will tag on to the word and the name Canuary. It's not like licensed or anything, but they will be creating their own thing. But if it's not got in the thumbnail of each video will be a little green box and it's got a little picture and it says Canuary. That thumbnail needs to be, that little thing needs to be on the thumbnails of the videos for the participants that are in this Canuary. So if you think going and watching anything that has Canuary and putting comments is going to help you with the grand finale prize, unless it has the little green logo in the thumbnail, it is not part of this Canuary where these prizes will be given out. Now, I'm excited about this, and I've got 3 videos coming up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this little video at the beginning of each of those videos so that you get the right information in case you had to go back and look. And as always, let's get started. I am excited about this Canuary video because it's coming out of one of my favorite ball books, which is the all-new ball book of canning and preserving. I'm excited because this recipe I found is on page number 33. And it's for the tomato herb jam. And when I thought about that, I thought, wow, that sounds really good. In fact, I think it would be delicious on top of a meatloaf. And lo and behold, I turned the page and there's a whole recipe for the meatloaf. So they were thinking the same thing I was thinking. But I'm excited about it. So I'm going to tell you what it is. What we need here is 6 pounds of plum tomatoes cored and chopped. I've already cored and chopped those tomatoes. So there's 6 pounds of those. There's a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of ground pepper. 3 garlic cloves minced. 2 bay leaves, which I have here. And then under the bay leaves is 2 teaspoons of herb de Provence. If you don't have that, and I'm probably not saying it the right way, but if you don't have that, you can make it with equal amounts of dried thyme, dried crushed rosemary, dried marjoram, and dried oregano, or any combination of those. So you can make your own with that. So if you were going to make this, you need 2 teaspoons, so you just put 1/4 teaspoon of each one of those 4 in there. And there's 2 bay leaves. And then there's also 1½ cups of sugar, which I have here, 1/2 cup of balsamic vinegar, and 1/4 cup of a Pinot Grigio or other type of dry white wine. So the ingredients, I have them all out here, but I'm not going to get to put those in there for a little bit, because the first thing we do is combine the first 5 ingredients, which are the plum tomatoes, and then the salt and pepper, and the garlic clove, and the bay leaves. So that's that. So we're going to put those 2 bay leaves in there. And now what we have to do with that, and leave the other 4 things, is we're going to let this cook. Basically, it's going to go in on an oven or on a stove over medium-high heat for about an hour. And that's going to let it all cook down, and so that it's cooked down till it's reduced by about half. So I'm going to put that on this stove, and I'm just going to let it cook, and I will stir it frequently until it's reduced down to about half. I could also, at some point, it suggests if I want to, you know, after it's done, if I want a thicker ketchup, I could use an immersion blender in there. But let's just see how it goes. First, I'm going to put it on there and I'm let it cook down to about half, and then I'll come back to you when we're ready to do the next step. This has now reduced by about half, and so now we're going to add the final ingredients. So we're going to add the next 3 ingredients, which are, we're going to do the sugar. It says to add the sugar and then the next 3 ingredients. So let me stir that sugar around and get it in there. And then that's going to help thicken it up too. Now it's going to have to simmer another 45 minutes. So this takes a couple of hours to make this one. And then the next 3 ingredients. So there's the wine, there's the balsamic vinegar, and there's the herbs. There's what's going to add the super good flavor. Now I'm going to mix all of this up. I'm going to put this back on the stove, and I'm going to let it sit there and simmer for about 45 minutes. It says it'll take 45 minutes until it's very thick. And then it does have a little thing on here that says an immersion blender can make quick work of the seeds and skins if you desire a smoother, thicker jam. But I kind of almost want it a little bit chunky, so we'll see how that goes. But now I'm just going to pop it back on the stove, and we're going to let this go until it's nice and thick. The tomato is done, and you can see how lovely and thick it is, like a nice thick ketchup. Actually, I got lucky because our son stopped by, and he stood there while I was canning something else, and he stirred it for me. So that was awesome. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jar this up to 1/4 inch head space, and then I'm going to put the lid on. Well, I'm going to debubble. There's nice chunks in here, so you want to make sure you debubble. That's going to get all the air from around those pieces. And this is like the perfect consistency, I'm telling you. Just perfect. So now, I'm going to wipe off the top. And then, that's 1/4 inch headspace. And I know it is because I have measured that before on these jar rims. So I know. So I'm going to pop that on there. Fingertip tight. There we are. Look at that. That's going to be so good. I am seriously thinking this is going to be the perfect thing for meatloaf. So I'm going to go ahead and fill all of these up, and then I'm going to show you something in my canning water bath canner. Okay, I wanted to show you guys something here. So this is in my Ball Fresh Tech electric boil water canner. And what I wanted to show you here is that I have several batches of things in here. I made 3 different recipes. And so they're all in here together. And I wanted to point out, so if you don't want your jars to bounce in the boiling water and fall over and stuff, so I've used a squatty pint, which is a nice wide base. I could have put a quart jar in there or something, but it's about the same height as the regular canning of the jelly-sized jar. And so I've got that in there to kind of hold things in their place better. And also I wanted to point out, yes, I do have different recipes in here, but they are like recipes. They're all savory or spicy, like they're all like a salsa or the hot mango or the apple chili or the herb tomato jam. So they're all similar, and that's okay. I certainly wouldn't put the tomato herb jam in there with like a strawberry or a lemon curd or something like that. So you want to make sure that if you're going to combine recipes in your processing, that you want to make sure they're similar recipes. Okay, so those are all going to process, and as soon as they're done, we'll come back and take a look. Alright guys, the tomato herb jam is out, and I'm so glad our son came over and stood here for like 45 minutes and just talked to me in the kitchen while he stirred this for me, and it is the perfect consistency. Now I lifted it out of the canner and I brought it over so that it could pop, it can, you know, cool, and you'll hear the pops, which is very exciting. But I want to point out that I use my jar lifter and lift it straight up, bring it over and set it straight down. You want to be careful that when you're moving your jars around, you don't tilt them, because then the food, especially the little seeds, can get in between the lid and the top of the jar, and it can prevent it from sealing. So you don't want that to happen. So there you have it, tomato herb jam. It's beautiful. I can't wait to use it. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.